Back to Razmafzar TV. I'm going to show you a reproduction of a Missouri war hatchet, and this is the design was by Hudson Bay Company, given to um, Windlas Craft many years ago, which was done by them. Now it's in production. You can buy it but in different locations. The original Missouri war hatchet was one of the Tomahawk patterns, and it has this specific name which can be really backed, and it's called Missouri war hatchet because Lewis and Clark back then found it already in use among the Mandana in January 1805, and subsequent study by them showed that it was popular among such people as the Iowa, Sauk, Fox, Kansas, Pawnee, Comanche, Mandan, Dakota, Osage, and Oto. Missouri war hatchet was not reported from the east or south and seldom shows up in the area north of the Great Bend of the Missouri River. The territory along that river below the bend and above its juncture with the Mississippi seems to have been both the center where this type of tomahawk was popular and in use. Many Western researchers back then, or observers back then, thought that it was a poorly designed tool and tomahawk. They highly respected other types of tomahawks and saw how Native Americans used them in battlefield, and it was with very high level of dexterity and proficiency, and very effective and feared weapon. But this type of weapon, they thought it was not that well designed. In my opinion, it's mostly when we do not understand the type of weapon we believe it's not as powerful and useful as it should be. This type, like many originals, has bleeding heart and also punched stars, and also, as you can see it here, sources which are used for explaining Missouri war hatchet to you. One of the best sources is American Indian Tomahawks by Harold Peterson, which I highly recommend. On February the 5th, 1805, Lewis described this axe, or this type of axe, in detail. The mandans are peculiarly attached to a battle axe formed in a very inconvenient manner, in my opinion. It is fabricated of iron only. The blade is extremely thin, from 7 to 9 inches in length, and from 4.5 to 6 inches on its edge, from whence the sides proceed nearly in a straight line to the eye, where its width is generally not more than an inch. The eye is round and about an inch diameter. The handle seldom more than 14 inches in length, the whole weighing about 1 pound. The great length of the blade of this axe, added to the small size of the handle, renders a stroke uncertain and easily avoided, while the shortness of the blade must render a blow much less favorable, even if well directed, and still more inconvenient, as they uniformly use this instrument in action on horseback. As I mentioned before, this is mostly when we do not understand the type of weapon, we judge it in our own terms. This type which you see, this reproduction, is made of steel and is a quite well balanced axe.